Welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Athletics and the Detroit Tigers. First pitch coming your way next. Just a little bit away from first pitch, and on the hill, the lefty, Silva. And Singing, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in.
Well, what shouldn't technically be the MLB debut for Dietrich Enns, but it is because I had to make him. Dietrich Enns started Thursday's game for the Tigers in his first Major League Baseball action in 1,371 days, which is a good explanation as to why he's not in the game. So we'll see what we can do here today. I had to go back to MLB The Show 21's live series to find attributes for Dietrich Enns. And that is what we're using here today. Well, ground ball, so far so good. Lawrence Butler with a ground out, and there's one away here in the first. So yes, there will be plenty of notes about his Major League debut when his MLB debut happened, 7, 8 years ago. Given that we started this franchise so early, it won't matter, because I have to do the roster updates manually anyway. When a roster update does occur, I have to go in and just do everybody manually. So he won't be in there. We will get updated attributes for him, which will be good. Or bad. Not really sure.
Next offering is down low
on Jacob Wilson, which could be a problem. Honestly, that curveball command's not as bad as I thought.
And another ball.
Oh! All right, well, let's try and throw a strike here.
That one's in there.
I wouldn't throw that pitch again. That'd be a moon ball. How about Dietrich working it back to 3-2? This is so dumb.
One down, base is empty.
And line to center. It'll drop right in front of Wenzel Perez. Good battle to get back in that count, though.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot.
It'll be Brent Rooker now. This is where this could really unravel quickly. To be honest, though, that was a pretty good 3-2 slider on the outer edge.
He features a four-seam fastball, a slider.
He's also going to be called Silva a lot because I forgot to clear the name audio, which is really unfortunate, but, you know, you play the hand you're dealt. Wow. Popped up, very shallow center for Wenzel Perez. This one's a mile in the air.
Corrals it, and there's 2 away.
2 gone. But shout out to the real Dietrich Enns, though. 5 shutout innings for the Tigers in his first MLB action in 1,300 days yesterday. We are playing this game a day late because I decided to try and nap. And napping never really goes well for me. It's either sleep or not.
And there's
change
a
foul on Shea Langoliers, batting 182. Would not chase that.
Yeah, that's ball 2.
2 balls, 1 strike.
A tough matchup here relatively early. And ground ball. Jahmai Jones will field. And overall, not a bad first inning. We'll take that. 53 overall Dietrich Enns. 1 hit, no runs.
And we're back.
Yeah, I could tell. I could tell I wasn't even going to be able to really play the game. I was that tired, and I was just like, "Well, yeah, I'll just snap, set an alarm for like an hour down the road, and we know what happened. I woke up at like 11."
In terms of getting around the base path, so taking the mound. This is a guy you want out there if you're his teammate, and I expect him to be good in this one.
I knew we were in trouble when I woke up, looked out the window, and it was dark. Here's Jahmai Jones. Facing a left-hander has not generally been very kind to the Tigers this year.
That's in for a strike.
0-1.
Which is really unfortunate. Gleyber Torres, Spencer Torkelson really should be better. They should lift this lineup when we do have to face a lefty, and really so far this year they don't. Skied high. A couple of fastballs on the inner part of the plate to Jahmai.
No trouble here, puts it away for the out.
And some rare action for him.
And now the Tigers line up.
So now we'll turn this over. I mean, Gleyber had cooled off a little bit as of late. Torkelson still is really rising those numbers. Moved Wenzel Perez to the 4th spot, Carpenter down to 5th. Jake Rogers in the order today.
They have to be very selective. Look for long pitch counts, grinding out at bats, and really
see if we can turn that page, get Torres and Torque going.
Around the bases than for these players to sprint.
Gleyber Torres in the box with one away.
Take a look at what Jeffrey Springs has. 4 pitches. Sweeper could be a problem. Pretty low velocity stuff, though. Got to keep that in mind. Wow.
That's fouled off.
That is really slow. Especially after a day off. And into right center, Gleyber Torres. That one could go all the way to the wall. It ran out of momentum. So Gleyber on to second with a 1-out double.
Nice job going the opposite way with it.
Not the craziest swing in the world, but good opposite field double. And a great gap to find out there, right center.
And he approached it perfectly.
Now let's see what Torque can do.
Spencer Torkelson.
There's almost no wind here in this game.
4 for 5 in that one.
Ball 1 on Torkelson. And yeah, game 2 of 3 against the A's. Torque and pretty much almost everybody in the rest of the lineup had a day.
2-0.
He's been raking in recent games.
So this is why the move to Carpenter going further down in the lineup makes so much sense. I mean, you can work around Torque here, and you still got to deal with Wenzel. It's not great from the right side, but he's okay. Ooh, had to be on that one. Honestly, it doesn't get much better on the fastball from Jeffrey Springs. Caught me off guard. All fastballs so far. Missed inside. Parker actually isn't in the lineup today.
Good RBI guy at the plate. Runners in scoring position.
At least not yet. Might pinch hit him later. We got a left-hander on the mound today, and it was just a good day for him to take off. That's a pretty weak fly ball. That one is going to drop. Uh-oh. Torque's got to get back to first base, and he will. Javi's not in the lineup either. We got Wenzel Perez, Jake Rogers, Riley Green's buried down there, but not very good against left-handers. Trey Sweeney. Nope, no Dingler. That's Jake Rogers behind the plate. This is what we have to do against left-handers because we're already up against it, even with the A lineup out there. So it's just a great day off for some other guys. Wenzel hit pretty hard, but right at a moonwalking left fielder. Is McKinstry in the lineup, or did I take him out? Who's in the lineup? I feel bad. This is terrible. Oh, McKinstry is batting 9th.
Here's the Tigers DH, Kerry Carpenter.
Here's Kerry Carpenter. It's 1-0 Tigers.
3 homers.
3-homer game. Carpenter's 3rd of the season. Our last time out. 41 now on the year. One hit right center field. Karen Carpenter against the left-hander, no less. 1 run will score. Carpenter stops at second. How about that?
Well done, drives in the run.
He has been outstanding
Those are the ones where you gotta make a
against left-handers lately, and I don't, for the life of me, understand it. Well, you could have talked one of them into the lineup if you were here, but I was just like, you know. See what Jake Rogers can do. Good power against lefties. Well, not good, but decent.
There's the strike.
Fastball in.
Carpenter stands at second with 2 gone.
2 runs in the first inning when we're starting an absolute unknown on the mound. Good news.
Ball 1 there.
No, that's inside.
They've got him working a little harder.
Jeffrey
in this
Springs
first
a
frame
little
than he
terrified
anticipated.
of Mr. Rake Rogers. Perhaps.
Swings through that one.
Apparently he shouldn't
2
be.
balls, 2 strikes.
Wow. Love good timing whiffs. Oh my! If it stays fair!
That one back.
Jake Rogers' first home run in ages.
And they tack
A
on
4 spot here in the first inning.
Maybe he's starting to break out of this mini slump.
Off the
That's type of
pole.
swing that makes you think good things are coming his way.
Man, oh man, our catchers are on fire lately. Dylan Dingler had homered in 2 straight. Jake Rogers gets plugged in.
Really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone
See
had
ya.
to hold their breath until it clanked off the pole. And every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something. But really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
Now we see
Soldier away
green.
with nobody on. Here's the left fielder, Riley Green.
That
Ground
should
ball
end the
right
inning.
side.
Backhanded grab.
Throws to first
And
in
it does,
time.
but the
Top
Tigers
of the
put up
inning after
4
a lot of scoring.
for
So
Dietrich
they move in
Inns.
front after a 4-run outburst. We move on to the
It was a
second
good first
here at
inning from
America.
Dietrich, but
Tigers
let's be
4
honest,
and
we
the
don't know how
A's nothing.
long it's going to last, so.
All set for the start of the inning. Here's Miguel
We'll
and
see
Duhart.
Miguel and Duhart.
Miguel and Duhart.
One of a couple former
Silva back
Yankees
to
on this
work.
A's team.
A changeup missing, and that's ball 1.
He's already pitching with a 4-0 lead. so
Oh, you know
he
what I
should
just
still be
noticed? They
aggressive,
actually
fill up the
added
strike
the
zone, don't issue
MLB
free
debut
passes.
sleeve patch. That's interesting.
And
Ooh,
that's
wow,
in there
called a
at
strike.
the knees. Larry Bullard, our umpire behind the plate.
Bullard's got a
Yeah.
pretty standard strike zone. Sometimes.
Yeah, love Jake
perhaps he
Rogers'
gets a little bit,
response
but
to
overall, well-respected
being
umpire in the league.
demoted, if you will, to the
And
backup
foul
role.
ball.
Because
What
Dingler
about
really
some
got it going
no-nos?
while he was
Like,
out.
you can't call the umpire blue the way you do in Little League or high
Third
school,
ball
right?
foul.
Yeah, even in the minor leagues, you'll learn quickly. You call the umpire blue. You better learn his name, and that's just part of being a
And the 1-2.
professional player and even a major league player.
Just
Duhart
misses
doesn't
with
have
that
chase.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but
Changeup
He's
taken,
ready to move on to the
strike
next
3.
pitch.
one. And down
Wow.
on strikes he goes. 1 up, 1 down.
What I
And
guess
that's
is
the first
technically
strikeout of his
today
major league career.
Dietrich N's first career strikeout.
If he meets the goals he set for
I have no
himself and the
idea how many he
expectations
actually
of his
has in the
outfield,
majors in
he
his
doesn't want to just win games. He
3-4
wants to
years,
dominate at
but
this level.
I'd imagine he already got his
Pitchers
first
can
career
sometimes get
strikeout.
too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career.
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like
It's
a
an
hitter that
odd
doesn't have
scenario
power.
today,
The
but
thrill is
again,
still
you play the
hitting
hand
all
you're
over the
dealt.
fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something.
And you know the
that
good
makes him
news
stick his
is
chest
that
out a
our
little bit
bullpen
further.
has been relatively rested.
Here, left
So if
field.
we're able to get 4 or 5 innings out of Dietrich N's today, if it's starting to get a little bit rocky, or we don't want to test our luck, we can take him out of the game.
Batting seventh,
2 down,
the center
base is
fielder,
empty.
number
AJ
38,
Bleday dropped in the
Next to
order
hit.
here today.
Bleday.
And there's a
That's
ball.
off the plate.
Oh, yeah. Yep, Scooble's starting this series, and Flaherty going deep.
And a base hit right there.
Felt like road to the show there for a minute.
It keeps it going.
Hard hit, ground ball, base hit, right field.
Batting eight.
Gio Urshela to the plate.
Well, 2-out single. Here's Gio Urshela.
Urshela.
Yeah, they flinched at it.
In the
Blade
dirt, blocked.
will stay where he is.
2 outs. Outside. Ball 2.
Not much.
Breaking ball just
27
missed
career
right there,
strikeouts
and
before
boy,
yesterday.
Umpire didn't give him the call. I bet you if he throws it again.
Ground
hitter
ball,
knows he's gonna
Trace
have to swing
Sweeney.
it.
Flip on to
They
second.
get the
Ends the
force.
inning.
And that is the inning. So no
Well,
runs here on
a
base
hit in each of the
no
first
errors,
2
and
against
one
Dietrich
left.
ends,
Down
but
to the
no
bottom of the
damage
second.
done.
Tigers 4 and the A's nothing.
Since Evo did miss the start of this, Dietrich Ends returned to the majors for the first time in 1,300 days last night for the Tigers. Problem is for us is that he is not in MLB The Show 25, so we had to make him.
And a first pitch fastball
Strike
is
1 to
in for
Trace
a strike.
Sweeney.
1 strike.
Yep, he hasn't been in an MLB The Show game since MLB 21. I had to go look up his live series stats from that game.
And that
Sky
one
high
lifted in
center
the air,
field.
center field.
Easy play.
Puts it away for the out.
Well, so he was still playing, but I think he was playing
Next
in
up
like
for the Tigers,
Japan or maybe
Sullivan
Korea, I
McKinstry.
think I
3
saw.
for 9 of the series coming in.
Three.
Number 9 hitter in McKinstry.
Swing and a miss. Strike
0-1.
1.
Felt good. Was it not good? It was good.
In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Well, in terms of putting them in the game, yes. Same thing happened with John Singleton, Eric Thames.
Misses just off the outside edge.
Benefit of a call. Springs can't
Evidently
believe
not
it.
too impressed with that call.
That slider
And
moves
it
so
feels like he
slowly.
got squeezed on the outside
83.
corner, so he's making his case. You got to be careful to pick your spots in terms of showing.
And
your
another
frustration
fly
with
ball
the
to center.
umpire, and he felt
For
this was
Blade.
his time.
Blade makes the
2
grab.
away.
And there's 2 away.
It is better than a strikeout. And hopefully we're able to get to Springs a little bit more here in the next couple innings and
Jahmai Jones.
force a pitching change
He's
like we have
0 for 1.
done quite well as of late. Oh my! Jahmai Jones!
Field, and he knew it.
I do believe his first as a Tiger. Absolutely blasted for 5-0.
His first homer of the year, and they add to their lead. It's
First
5-6.
pitch, fastball,
First pitch happened, and it
goodbye.
paid off for him in a big way.
That was unexpected. You would think so. Generally, they will do that
See a hitter aggressive on the first pitch and
with
you watch him from the on-deck circle,
MLB
so
vets.
you
As long as they have service time, generally they do
wherever
get
it's
at
at.
it.
Really
I
good
thought.
job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Two outs, nobody on.
Third hit of the year for
Torres
Jahmai Jones.
digs in
First
now.
extra base hit. Clears the wall.
First pitch, and he just misses.
Second Tigers home run in his many innings. Ooh.
Next offering.
Tied
is
us up a
foul
little
back.
bit with that fastball.
Comes up empty.
There been some
So
odd
far,
whiffs
we've
for
seen
us
this
here
at-bat
today.
of fastballs. Look for him to slow it down right
At least
here
in
and
terms
head
of the
out.
players that have whiffed. Skied
Still
foul.
1-2 count.
Out in front of the sweeper, that might be the first
Two
time
outs,
we've
base is
seen one.
empty.
29 pitches in. Had to fight that off, I thought. What a snag at second base. And Glaber's out to end the inning. But the first of the year, first of his Tigers career. Well, we're not going to go look at that. We're going to go look at Zach Gelof's play. But Jahmai Jones makes it 5-0. There is partially some truth to what Evo just said.
Really been struggling.
it also is slightly dependent on just how faithful SDS is that you're actually going to play in the majors. Number 9 hitter Zach Geloff. Sounds very strange, but he drops down a really good bunch. Jemai Jones throw, not in time.
He's safe.
I don't know, Zach Geloff had that in him.
He was racing down the line.
Lead off bunt single, and that's about as perfect as it could be. Geloff's decently speedy. He's not what you might call fast, but beats this out.
Next up for the A's, Lawrence Butler.
First pitch bunt on a changeup.
In the
Next
air,
pitch, left field, Riley Green.
Makes the grab, 1 down.
So it is the 3rd hit allowed by Dietrich Enns.
Now batting.
But
the
so
shortstop.
far, no
Jacob
damage
Wilson
against
getting
him.
ready to hit. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Runner on the
Takes
move.
off.
Rogers throw. Wow, Geloff.
Safe at second, and
I mean, I guess
that
he's got
was not
70-some
close.
speed. He is decently fast. 10th stolen base of the year.
Like this, but it's still early in this one. This kind of tells me they're going to try to tackle this one 1 run at a time instead of waiting back for a big 3-run homer.
Now they're trying to claw that 1 run back.
The shortstop takes the ball.
And they might just do it if the umpire's going to give him stuff like that.
On the ground, right
A
side.
dive from Glaber, maybe not necessary. There will be no play.
And the defense comes away with nothing.
Thought that was going to be one of those slow rollers that beat us there.
Brent Rooker.
2 on, 1 out, Brent Rooker. That one's trouble. Right field, off the wall. McKinstry plays the carom well. Wild throw on the way back in. Torque cuts it off.
They're at the corners now.
5-1. Well, they got a little bit tricky to start the inning with the bunt, and it's working out for them. Ground ball, Torkelson ate it right up. Sweeney's throwback, a double play. And all the A's get is 1 run. Brent Rooker, Oppo, down the right field line. He's at 5 hits, only 1 run. Kind of feels bad.
Leading off.
We've been there, though.
Tigers, the first baseman, Spencer.
Zach McKinstry is still projected to lead this team in steals. Can't say that's probably going to be true. I would imagine it's Parker Meadows by the end of the year. Yeah, Kerry Carpenter and then Zach McKinstry. So here's Torkelson.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
Fastball down and away.
It
It looks relatively warm out here. Why does Mark Kotsay got a jacket on? Torque bomb. Number 23 for Spencer Torkelson. Way out of here. 6-1.
His 23rd of the year, and they add a run. It's 6-1. 2 pitches, 2 swings. That one for
3rd Tigers home run here in this finale. I mean, it's just meatballs. Springs is throwing us meatballs. And it doesn't really matter who's up there. They're getting punished.
Swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention.
Home runs for Torkelson, Rogers,
and the backspin carried it out of here.
Who the fuck else? Who had a home run last inning? I already forgot. Oh, Jemai Jones.
So digging in, Wenzel Perry.
So now we'll see Wenzel. Oddly, 0 for 1.
Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
Well, these Tigers putting together some really good at bats.
It got warm today. Like only like 85, but it rained a good bit. That just meant it was muggy and just uncomfortable.
That's usually enough offense to win you the game, so they just have to keep doing what they're doing.
And that's way high.
I would assume 100% humidity.
That was the
Didn't get that call. Sad part is, for Jeffrey Springs, we put up the 6 runs on him, and his pitch count isn't even all that high yet.
Swings and misses. And it's 2-2.
Credit to him for that fastball location. Not much we're going to do with that. 2-2. Wow.
Looking, that's a strikeout.
The last thing I was
Just
expecting.
couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was
First
taking it,
strikeout.
thinking it might be a call for
Jeffrey
everything. I just
Springs
think he's
here
fouled.
today. Gary Carpenter
Did not expect
double
that
into the right
location,
center
in my
field
opinion.
gap his first time.
Swing and a ball
Late.
popped up. Wilson.
Thought that ball was going to come a little bit.
Boy, that was
further
a hanging
across the
breaking ball
plate
right
and-
there. I think he tried to do a little bit
I mean, they can call it a hanging breaking ball all they want. It
Big.
tied
I think
us
his
up.
swing broke down
It's
as well,
inside.
and that's what caused him to pop
Slider
out.
that never really slid.
Jake Rogers now at the plate. He's already
So
homered
now we'll
in
see
this
Rogers.
game. And
What
first
a multi-homer
offering is
game
fouled
for
off.
Jake Rogers. Wouldn't that be fun?
2 down, nobody on. And that is
Not on that.
missed. No
Couple
balls,
pitches
2
on the
strikes.
outer part of the
That
plate.
changeup
Gonna be
off.
tough for Jake
Got
to
away
pull
with
in the
one
first
there,
place,
and
but
he'll take it, but
alas,
doesn't wanna
we're
make that
still
mistake again.
trying.
The next offering misses. 1-2 to count.
Fair enough, though, by
His understanding of the strike
Springs.
zone, very impressive. That
Staying
was a
away
very
from a guy
close
he
0-2
knows trying to pull the
fastball.
ball.
I just don't know how you take that.
Next pitch is
2-2.
downstairs. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here in the third
So
and final game
fastball
of the
heavy,
series.
though. Do it again. Thought we were on that. We were off the end of the bat.
Here's the
2-2.
And a swing and a miss. And the inning
Rogers
is over.
whiffed on a pitch like that earlier,
The
and I
solo
just
shot
can't imagine
stretches
that our
their
timing
lead
was
even
too bad
further. And
there
this
on
is
that
now a
pitch. But
6-1 ball
third
game.
Tigers home run gets that 5-run lead right back. See if the A's try to bunt again.
As we go to the top of the fourth. Now, Miguel
Into the
Andujar.
fourth, 37 pitches deep for Dietrich Enns.
Right through there for a strike. Andujar in his 6th season, 30 years old now, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. That
You really
misses
do
his
get the
own,
weather
and
that
it's
we get here a
1-1.
day later, because it was pretty cold yesterday. I was happy about it.
And that's downstairs and outside.
Good takes in this game early on from Andujar.
Sliced
Down the
hard
line
to
and
foul.
foul.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time
2-2.
catching up.
So what do we have Enns fastball getting up to? 93. That doesn't make me feel so bad. Way late.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
It's probably pretty accurate to MLB 21.
Good eye in that spot.
He is taking 2 outstanding curveballs.
And
Whoa! Rang him up.
He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a
Thank you,
strikeout.
Wump, yet again.
You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one.
I guarantee he's going to check the tape on that last pitch when he gets a chance because he thought it was ball 4, and he wasn't wrong.
That's
I mean,
a
it was
shock.
close pitch. Definitely not an easy call, but especially after a long at-bat, that'll drive you crazy getting rung up like that.
Here's
And
Soderstrom.
here is Tyler Soderstrom. Ground ball to the right side.
Swing on a
And
first
it
pitch
goes
slider
just
foul.
foul. And now the lefty. Up the middle.
Tricky play.
Swing.
Excuse me for Tracy
2
Waiting.
quick outs here in the top of the 4th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping
That
the
slow
ball out of
roller,
the
had to
air,
go over
lets
there,
the
pretty much
defense
just
work
wait
behind him
for
with
it.
another ground ball. Good execution.
Here's Blade.
Blade
This starts the
stands in
part of the
now
A's
and
order
watches
that
strike one.
had a lot of success against us.
Knee high, that's in for a strike.
0-2 on JJ.
And that's in
Chase.
there.
That curveball, we might as well just put it in the bag, honestly. Long run for Riley Green. He got a good start on it. Missed it. That's going to go down as an error on Riley Green.
Long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little target fastball.
Ground ball, base hit, back up the middle. Still a chance we could pay for that error.
The third baseman, number 13, Gio.
So 2 down. Here's Gio Urshela.
Here's Urshela. Owned us really in this series. Not this time. Throw from Jahmai Jones ends the fourth.
Out number 3.
Tigers to bat in the bottom of the fourth. Dietrich Enns allowing some hits, but no real major damage.
And the A's won.
I don't think anybody picked Riley Green.
Back and they turn to a new arm as we kick off the
So Jeffrey Springs' day is done. We get a right-hander on the mound here to face Riley Green, Trey Sweeney, and Zach McKinstry. So I'm assuming Mitch Spence is just going to be here for a while. Cutter, first pitch. That is going to do nothing but get you out in front, but he doesn't even have a straight fastball, so I'm not really sure what I was thinking.
Next pitch misses way outside.
That one hit hard left center field. I think it's going to stay in the park. Well,
that skips over the fence, so it's
more or less.
The automatic double.
Leadoff ground rule double for Riley Green.
You don't need to keep the pedal down.
It has technically left the park.
Just no worries in the world. You know,
on a
he put
bounce.
a really good swing on that one.
Trey Sweeney will hit next.
Hanging curveball, middle. It's that kind of day for the A's pitching.
The shortstop
didn't get the call on that. A primarily small zone. Although both teams have gotten some big strike zone calls.
And that's off the inside edge.
I think the one that we got in our favor was the worst of the day.
Slider for a strike.
That's tied for the worst. Makeup call.
And now it's even up.
Probably a good sinker to pull the trigger on, but just couldn't. 2-2.
Got him. And one away.
Elevated slider's a pitch.
Yeah, that slider.
Was not expecting that.
Like that. It's just so tough to fight off. It's kind of like a cutter. It just can
See Zach
beat you
McKinstry.
off, saw you off. Tell you what, hitters have nightmares about that pitch. Perfectly executed out there on the mound.
And that one hit hard.
Towards right center.
Right center field. That is carrying. And a dive, and it's down. McKinstry getting up to third. Green will score. RBI triple for Zach McKinstry. That thing just kept going, and there's no wind here today. It just carried all on its own.
An exit velocity to drive it over the wall, but when you can beat a center fielder like that,
It's a pretty low percentage dive anyway, but at that point, what are you going to do?
Back to the top of the lineup, Jahmai Jones, the next to hit. He's already homered
Here's
here in
Jahmai.
this one. And first offering is fouled off.
Probably could start going to the bench, but meh. That one hit hard by Jahmai Jones. Will stay in the ballpark, but McKinstry's going to be able to score on this. Without a doubt.
Runner tagging from third. He's in to score in the sac fly, and they're pulling away up by 7 now. Here comes Gleyber Torres. 1 for 2.
Gleyber Torres.
Now Gleyber.
Swinging a foul
Rocket
out of
foul.
play.
Bases clear, 2 away. 8 runs in 4 innings for Detroit.
2 outs.
Ooh.
And that is out of play.
Got me late with the sinker. Cutter sinker's always tough. Line drive to third.
But handled
We'll end the fourth inning, but the Tigers add on even more.
2 hits, no errors,
2
and
runs
no
to
one
make it
left
8-1.
to the fifth.
A's are going to
It's
be
the
glad when this
Tigers
series is
and the
over.
A's won.
We might just get a win with Dietrich Enns, the fake Dietrich Enns.
New inning getting
Leading
started.
off
Here's
for
the
A's,
second baseman,
the second
Zach
baseman,
Geloff.
Zach Geloff.
Clearly down in this ball game. And
Last
you can't
time
look
Zach
at the
Geloff
deficit
let
and
off
try
an
to get it
inning,
all
he
back in one
bunted.
swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even
Not this time.
shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out. You know, these Athletics need to bring up the quality of their bats and specifically their
0-2.
swings. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball.
Might be able to
with
push
some
Enns
authority,
into
but
the
it's just
6th.
not
I don't think
happening
about.
for him so far.
Don't think much more.
0 extra base hits in the game.
That
so
is
it's
just
been tough
foul.
for him to get anything going.
Probably a dong here.
Just off the inside edge.
Sometimes you have
Wow.
to keep chipping away until you break through.
Took
but
that thing,
it's a
just
lot
missed.
easier to put runs on the board when you have guys in scoring position because they put themselves there.
Such a useless curveball.
And they'll do
I wonder if it
again.
just breaks too early or something. I don't know. Still 2-2. And a bullet.
Base knock center field.
So Zach Geloff
And
on
the leadoff
base,
man
his
aboard.
second hit. Leadoff man on with some
The
speed.
right fielder, number 4, Lawrence.
So the
Butler.
lineup flips over. Now here's the leadoff hitter.
Here's
for the
Butler.
A's, Lawrence Butler.
That
Drifted
could be
in the air,
trouble.
left
Green
field,
on the
pretty well
run.
struck. Green flashes the leather on the run and catch.
Yeah, just about. I think the exit velo on the bunt was 23 miles an hour.
Now batting, shortstop, Jacob Wilson.
Jacob Wilson up next for the A's. He's 2 for 2.
Which is honestly more than I would have expected. Jacob Wilson's had a nice day.
First pitch misses. Right through there for a strike. Geloff over at first with 1 away.
Ground
Roll the
ball
short,
could be
possible
2.
2-ball.
Sweeney,
Oh, a great
slow
flip.
glove flip, got him! No!
Time. Great
The
effort.
call is safe, and I don't think we're going to get a chance to review that. I thought he was out.
Rooker.
At least live. But I guess no review.
Now the A's
Well, I accidentally pressed the pitch button, so we won't get to look at
An
it.
RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so
Change
far.
up in.
And there's the strike. The Athletics with a lot of ground to make up. And we're at the top of the 5th.
Curveball, swing and a miss. About the
More
first
guys are looking
positive
to
result
regardless
on a
of the count.
curveball
In
today.
this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his
Oh,
opponent.
wow.
And there's a
Bullet
rocket
past
into the
Jahmai
outfield.
Jones.
Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2
I thought
on
Jahmai
now
might be able to
with
leap
2
up and
away.
get that. Not quite.
Jay
Here's
Langoliers
Langoliers.
up next for the
Langoliers.
A's. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Oh, wow.
2-0.
In the dirt.
Sorry, Dietrich. You didn't
2
deserve
aboard,
that.
2 outs. That
Ah.
misses the zone, and it's 3-0.
A rare
Well,
three-ball
flirting
count
with loading the
here. He's been throwing
bases.
strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
Next offering.
Figured I'd
is
just try
in
and
for a
steal
strike.
one, and if not, face the next guy.
And that'll
Yeah.
load the bases.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first
The left
base with a
fielder,
quick
number
free
22.
pass.
Might be his last
So
inning
they're
now.
all loaded up.
I had hoped to
Miguel
get out of this, but
Andujar up next for the A's. First pitch
Ooh.
just misses.
not a good start to that at bat.
The bit
Way
behind
late.
that swing. It's strike
Fastball
one.
only at 91. And to Torres.
Torres
All that for the A's.
handles,
And they
throws the
will
first
not score.
out to escape a bases-loaded jam unscathed.
Poor
A's
Oakland,
threaten to
Sacramento,
lead the
Las
Warriors.
Vegas.
Still an 8-1 ball game. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready
So we'll
to
see
go for the last
Torkelson
half of the
against
inning.
Mitch
And here's
Spence.
the first baseman, Spencer
Torque has
Torkelson.
just had a series. 2 for 2 in this game after a 4 for 5 in his
Spence back
last.
to work. This one in the
Hit
inner
hard to
center
center.
field.
A little bit late on that
Under,
thing.
Brings it in.
Didn't really get it
Away.
off the barrel, and they do retire Torkelson for the first time today.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter.
We'll see Wenzel from his better side. He's 0 for 2 as a righty today.
And first offering is fouled off.
Ramped up the cutter. Didn't do much.
Now
1-1.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later.
And there you go.
And a base hit up the middle.
Wenzel Perez with yet another Tigers
So they
hit.
get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Spence with a sinker. They just dropped middle.
Kerry Carpenter.
Now
Up now for the
Carpenter's
Tigers.
first at-bat today against the right-handed pitcher. Watch out.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Got a double off of the left-hander in Springs back in the first inning.
Swing and a liner foul off to the right.
Middle low cutter always going to be tough. 0-2.
And the 0-2.
Ground ball diving play at first base.
Double play.
And that is one hell of an unfortunate double play for
No
Carpenter.
runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. 5 innings complete. It's the Tigers 8 and the A's 1.
A's have made some decent plays, especially on that right side of the infield today. This time Soderstrom with a great diving play to double off Carp.
Top of the 6th inning, and now the first base.
So 75 pitches in. I didn't warm anybody up, so I guess we will have to pitch a little bit further with Dietrich Enns. We will warm up Hernandez and Herter. I would like to go to Hernandez.
And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
But in the right spot, and this is not it. If Enns can get through Soderstrom and Blade.
That's what's been key.
And he's going to do that. One hopper to Sweeney.
Whips it across. Now one gone. And
Dietrich, I need one more out of you.
This is J.J. Blade.
J.J. Blade has also had a nice day. 2 for 2.
There's the strike in the
Changeup
knees.
will drop in.
That misses. And the count is 1-1.
1 ball, 1
Tough
strike.
one, but again, we've said zone primarily small today.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Oh my. And the 1-2.
Gets a piece
He
there.
got a
We'll
piece
do
of
it
that.
again.
I don't know how. Getting tired, you don't say.
Ball.
One more out, Dietrich. Please. Yeah! How about a strikeout?
And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Blade had gotten the better of Dietrich Enns each of the first 2 times.
Even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I don't know. Do we let him go
Chased
6?
outside the zone.
I think it's Gio Urshela up next.
Gio Urshela steps in. 0 for 2 in this one.
Another 3 innings. There is no chance.
And that's
No,
outside.
that's a ball.
Even if he had the stamina, no, not with that pitch count.
Check swing, called strike.
Well,
That'd
as
be a
good as
great
things
way to
can
blow
be,
a
it can
7-run
be a
lead.
Tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Still dotting
And now
fastballs quite
1
well.
and 2.
1-2. Ground ball to
that one hit to
Torkelson.
first.
Dietrich
Torkelson takes
Enns.
it to the bag. The A's go quietly.
Not the
So no
real
runs, no
Dietrich
hits, no
Enns with
errors,
6
and no one left.
innings.
6, 7, 8,
1
2 in
run
the bottom
on
of the
8
6th.
hits.
It's the Tigers 8 and the A's 1.
I'm as perplexed as everybody else is.
Back at the ballpark. And in this series, it has been ugly on the mound as we look at the numbers.
A 12.3 ERA for the A's this series. If that's accurate. It probably isn't. So we'll see Jake Rogers, 1 for 2 with a home run.
Pitch misses there, and that is ball 1. The Athletics
Floro and
have some bullpen
Otañez.
action. Dylan Floro.
If they want to just
Loose out there.
end our
Otañez
offense, they'll
cranked
throw
up as
Otañez
well.
out at us. I have not done a damn thing against him in 2 days.
Pitch is in there, and a count 1-1. Just missed.
2-1.
I feel like Mitch Spence is like at least 60% cutter. First one that felt like we could pull the trigger on, but 3 straight down and away after the first one up and in.
Next pitch just misses, and now it's 3-2.
Full count. What a pitch, though.
Swings and misses.
4 cutters down and away.
Well, that's a blue zone right there, or
Damn.
a cold zone on the hitting chart. Just doesn't have much success in that part of the.
We'll see Riley
zone.
Green.
And a really good job of the pitcher executing. Try to go there.
Ground
as
rule
often
double
as
his
you
last
can.
time.
The
That was
numbers are in
against
your favor.
Spence.
Green up for the 3rd time and takes ball 1.
He also had a 4-hit day in game 2. And there were multiple
And it's 1-1.
Tigers with 4-hit days in that game. I mean, already we know Torque did.
1 out, bases
I don't
empty.
remember if Dingler did or not. He was up there, it felt like. That
Drilled
one
out towards
drilled to
left
left
center
center
field.
field.
That's back.
Going back. Will it go?
And
Off the
that
wall.
is off the wall.
Green rounds
second
third,
now.
heading in, or round second, heading into third.
He is
And that is the
it's a
second
triple.
Tigers triple
Just
of the
missed out
day.
on the homer.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. So close to blasting that one out
Both
of
to
here
the
other
same
way.
part of the field, a little bit
Very
more
tough to
behind
do.
this
Take on
one.
the outfield gap
Off
right
the
there.
wall that did not miss being a home run by very much.
And drove it to the opposite field.
I thought we were in a little bit of trouble, but then that ball got cut
Man
off.
aboard. And next to hit for Detroit,
But around third, 1 away.
In there,
What a
to
strike to
Mees for
Trey
a strike.
Like, it's Trey Sweeney. You don't have to try that hard.
Ball.
Down and away to Trey seems to be the spot. Kind of amazed Mitch Spence is still in the game. That one
air,
slicing left field.
Makes
Green on the
catch.
tag.
Runner tags for home.
Wouldn't get a lot behind that throw. It is 9-1.
9-1.
In that situation, you're looking to get something up in the zone that you can put in the air. Worst case scenario, a sacrifice fly to
And we'll
drive in that
finally
runner
do it
third.
for
Manager out of the
Spence.
dugout now, and he will
Not
make
really
the
sure what
move
those
to dip into
sunglasses
the
are
A's
for
bullpen.
Mr.
Mitch
Markatse,
Spence
but
is done, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break.
wraps
New
up
arm on the
Spence's
mound
day.
when we get back.
Now pitching for the
Dylan
A's,
Floro will take over on the mound.
Now, we do like to see Dylan Floro.
And now,
We have had success in this series against him.
left pitch straight.
on the ground.
First
right
pitch
side.
ground ball. Kind of rolled over
Tosses
that
to
there to
first.
sack.
That is the inning.
Sinker got us out in
One
front a
run,
little
one
bit,
hit,
fooled.
no errors, no one left. We're through 6.
Tigers scored again, though. 9-1.
A's won. Welcome back as
Leading
we take a
off
look
for
at
the
their
A's,
upcoming
the
schedule.
second baseman,
Do we need it? No.
yellow.
But do we like it? Of course. Bring on Carlos Hernandez
Welcome back. We're
for
in the
his
seventh. We have a new pitcher on the
second
mound.
Tigers
Carlos
appearance.
Hernandez.
First one didn't go all that
Struggled
well.
so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA.
Number
Looking to
49.
bring that down a little bit right here.
Carlos.
Pitch command is
Fastball
just
misses
a
outside
real,
for ball.
real
Ball
problem.
1. Hernandez, in his 4th year, he features a
I was
14
excited when he
fastball,
did get
a
claimed off
slider, a
waivers
curve,
by
and
Detroit, but
occasionally
this
works in a
command
splitter.
on the pitches you can't do much with.
The next pitch misses. 3 balls, no strikes. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it could be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound
I
to
mean,
this
honestly.
mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead.
You're either
Look
gonna
how
walk
quickly he
guys
has
or
it. We'll see
really
how this
get
at-bat
really
turns
get
out.
punished.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, Zach Geloff on base for,
even much to think
Now
about.
batting.
I think, the third time today.
Next up for the A's,
Butler.
Lawrence Butler. And that is in there for a
Finally
strike. I
throw
believe that's the
a strike.
That split is a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a...
Oh, now this
Well,
one is
we're going to
blasted
walk,
to
guys,
right.
and allow
Way
damage.
back
Carlos
there and
Hernandez gets taken
His
deep by
11th of
Lawrence
the year,
Butler.
And they throw a pair on the board. It's 9-3.
So make it a 6-run game. As Hernandez in 2 outings has now
so good at getting
struggled
his
in
arms
both. The
extended,
first
and
2
that's
have reached.
exactly
I mean, we
what he
haven't
did
even
right
recorded
there.
an
You
out
typically
yet.
want to pull a pitch and that on the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over. Stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home
Wilson.
Wilson
wow.
in now. Takes ball 1 off the
Now let's
plate.
get another righty up. I trust Dylan Smith more than I trust Carlos Hernandez.
On the
Ground ball to
short,
Sweeney. We will get an
Will
out.
throw to first. That's the first out in the top of the 7th.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Brent.
See if we can limit that damage.
Rooker getting ready
Have that
to
be the
hit.
only thing we allow this inning. If not, Hernandez probably won't finish it.
That's a strike. It's 0-1.
Might just need a little bit of luck like that to try and get through this.
Still only 1 out here in the inning.
Never
Breaking
came
ball
close.
inside. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Rooker 2 for 3.
And a
Oh,
good eye
God
there.
almighty.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball
No
out of
idea.
the pitcher's hand really well right now.
That one misses.
Make it full.
And it's a full count. Base is empty, 1 away. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Right side.
Mercifully, this one does stay in the ballpark for McKinstry.
McKinstry hauls it in for
3-2.
the out. And
3-2
they're
count,
down.
rather. 2 away here in the 7th.
Langoliers up next for the A's.
Well, we'll see Langoliers.
That is upstairs for ball 1.
And again, credit to the A's. They've really kind of done this all series. They've taken some impressive
Even
pitches.
if you give up a solo shot.
For an offense as bad as theirs has been, they have had some good plate vision.
Ground ball up the middle.
Ground ball to Sweeney.
Throws to first.
A walk and a home
that
run
is the inning.
does make it
The A's
9-3.
with a 2-run blast.
Lawrence Butler
It's
goes
now
deep, but the
9-3.
Tigers do
Major
still
League
have a
Baseball
commanding
is
lead.
on.
The A's might legitimately out-hit us in this game.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
I mean, 8 hits and 1 walk is certainly not good, and against any other team, Dietrich Hens probably gets rocked and leaves by the 3rd, but honestly, we'll take it. Here's Jahmai Jones.
And a swing and a miss there.
0-1.
Floro, he's someone that fills up the strike zone, so he doesn't give up a lot of walks, but because he's in the zone so much,
Ground
a decent
ball,
amount of hits
back
occur.
up the middle. That got
Chance handled.
picked. Jahmai's going to be
Not in
safe,
time,
though.
An infield knock to start the inning.
And he's got to get
Oh, this A's defense tried again.
Mix up his speeds, add and subtract some velocity, but command.
They're trying to
is the
steal a
big
base,
key.
honestly,
Throwing
here
the
with
ball where he
Jahmai. I
wants
don't know if
to.
he's got great steal, but it's a thought.
Labor Torres up to the plate. 1 for 3.
57 steal. It's fine. Jones on the move. Not the greatest jump.
Ball outside.
Never really had much of a chance, though. Slider at 84.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the
First
plate,
steal,
that's a pretty big
as
deal.
well as his
Trying to
first
bat
home
against
run,
this dude. Maybe
as the
only one
Tiger
thing,
have
it
come
prevents
today.
teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal a base. But right here, they successfully moved that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
Labor Torres with a double back in the first inning.
And the 1-0.
Ripped. That one could have a chance. Carrying back and gone.
He'll touch them all. His
I can't
14th
explain
of
it.
the year. It's
Labor
11-3.
Torres Stone cold useless. More often than not against left-handers. Be willing to bet that definitely over half of his home runs are against right-handers. 11-3. So, those 2 runs right back as the A's just continue to not be able to draw any closer, at least for very long. Torkelson is 2 for 3. He's already homered today.
Torkelson, the next to hit, takes outside.
6 hits in his last 2 games and looking for more.
Pitches in for a strike, and 1-1. Next offering is
All
outside.
sliders.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
3-1.
Outside.
Switch hitter and Wentz will do up next. They're also going to have to deal with Carpenter this inning. It's a high fly ball. I don't think that's got the launch angle. Torque going for his second home run of the day. It falls just shy. We'll take it, though. Even the outs today for Torkelson. Good swings. Wenzel 1 for 3.
That one finds the corner. That's strike 1.
16 runs for the Tigers in a Game 2 win. 11 already today.
Outside low. 1-1.
And a much more efficient run output here today for the Tigers. 11 runs on 12 hits.
And that one missing.
We've gotten on base and we've scored.
Slider.
And really not with that many walks even. Wenzel, another base hit. Mistake slider there for Floro. I can't imagine he gets the C card. Yes, he does.
Carey Carpenter.
Carp 1 for 3.
Swing and a high fly
Our best hope is that that gets out of play, and it does.
This one, it drops foul.
Yeah, I think we had like 16 on like 23 or something. 23-24 maybe in our last game.
Floro delivers.
Sinker caught me off guard. Carpenter is down. 0-2 here. What's the choice to try and strike him out, though? A fastball.
Still 0-2.
Man, he'd like to have that pitch back.
Man at first, one away.
Still a little bit too far towards the end of the bat. A little out in front on that. 0-2 the count remains.
Foul ball.
Had to foul it off. Close enough.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat
strike
stays
today.
in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Finally, ball 1. No. Another one. It's just too close. I think that was a dot right at the knees. Yep. 1-2 again.
Center field.
Slider moved a little bit late on me there. It's a fly ball to center there for Carp. It's probably a really well thrown at bat there for Floro.
So
I'll be honest on that.
Now here's the Detroit catcher, Jake Rogers.
Only real pitches hittable in the zone were the first couple.
Ground ball
Foul.
left side, and that's just foul. Pitch misses inside, and it's a ball and a strike.
See if Jake Rogers could add on just one more hit. Help that average out a little bit.
There's a strike.
Not if he's going to get that. Could certainly be seeing another slider over there.
Inside, and it's 2-2.
Maybe not that pitch, but
with 2 away.
There it was. He left it up, though. That thing almost tried to, like, loop down on us. It was a very odd pitch. All the way to the backstop.
Straight to the backstop.
Not a chance at second base.
Pitch allows the runner to advance.
Nobody on defense feels great right now. The pitcher feels responsible
Want a fresh
for
start?
missing so far outside, and the catcher wishes
3-2
he could
to
have done more
Rogers.
to try to stop it.
It's
So
a
now
walk.
2 on and 2 outs.
So no multi-hit game for Jake, but
The left fielder, number 30.
on base for the
Manager out of
second
the
time,
dugout
and
now, he will make a
yet
move.
another ace
A's
pitcher.
bullpen.
It's probably
2 on the floor.
Otanez.
Departs, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
And
So
no,
a new pitcher on the mound for the A's.
Tyler Ferguson.
And as relievers
Another
go,
right-hander.
He's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
To face Riley Green. Got a really slow cutter, though. In fact, hardly faster than his slider.
That misses. Ball 1.
He's got to face 3 lefties here. I'm wondering if the A's have a similar problem to us, that they just don't have that many left-handed relievers.
Strike, woo.
Pretty much.
He swings and fouls one off.
Decent pitch location, though, in these 3 heaters. I'd watch out for the cutter.
Hacks and misses.
Nope.
It's a
Another
strikeout.
heater. A little bit out of the zone, but pretty much corner
The
paint.
inning courtesy of this 2-run homer.
I definitely say too close to take 1 and 2.
You're dialed into the show. Welcome back to the
Leading
ballpark
off for the
as
A's,
we check out the current playoff picture.
Miguel
What?
and Rehart.
The Baltimore Orioles just lead every division? And they're in the hunt? What? Well, the Orioles are winning the World Series.
Hernandez back to work. Tap foul.
I'm not really sure what to make of that.
That one outside.
Not really sure why I'm trying to get more out of Carlos Hernandez, but well, they're gonna get an out. Let's play at first base by Torkelson. We got a left-hander coming up.
Tyler Soderstrom.
Yes, we
takes him
do. All
down.
right. Well,
For
perfect
3 in
excuse
this one.
to take him out.
And here comes
We're
the
probably
Tigers
gonna regret
manager to the
this.
mound. Pitching change coming.
In fact, let me look. I want to be sure that Brant Herter didn't start tonight. He did not. Okay. We're actually starting Sawyer Gibson Long tomorrow.
Pitcher for the Tigers, Brant Herter.
Which is good because generally Brant Herter opens the games. Brant or Tyler Holton open games that Sawyer Gibson Long eventually pitches in.
And it's fouled away.
Probably. The 0-1.
And that's down and away.
The up and down year of Brant Herter.
In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
He is probably one of our
You're
more
expecting out there as a
trustworthy
hitter. When you
bullpen
know the guy's got a good
arms when we
sinker
don't
ball.
really
If you
have
get in
that many of
location,
those.
Boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit.
Swing and a miss.
That pitch right there is a
Strikeout.
big reason why.
Solid effort out of their starter, and the
Sweeper,
bullpen
even when not
is
thrown well
just a good day as a
against these
manager or as a
lefties,
pitching coach when you
can
hit
be
the ball off
absolutely
the multiple
dangerous.
arms and get stability from all of their performances.
But it's been the long ball that has hurt Brant. And if it happens here, oh well.
On its way to
Green
the
will not have a
corner.
play.
And that's a foul ball.
I don't know why it even gives me
2 down,
a
nobody
chance.
on. And we're at the top of the
At least makes me think that I have a chance to go get those because we don't.
battling here as he fouls it away.
Put that sweeper up. but still a relatively good pitch. Off the plate away.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
We haven't pitched in the ninth.
That's a strikeout. Good-looking sweeper there. Nothing doing there for the A's.
Not sure.
Still 11.
I'd throw Dylan Smith out there, to be honest. Depending on the matchup.
It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the
8-9-1. Sweeney.
Singing, you grew up in the
McKinstry.
Bay Area. Did you have a favorite player as a kid?
Yeah,
And Jemai
I love
Jones.
the A's lineup. I mean, guys like Ricky Henderson, Dave Kingman,
Mudcats legend,
Terry
Jose
Steinbach.
Leclerc.
I mean, you just go
And
on
my
and on.
arch
Tony
nemesis
Armas,
this week,
just some
Michael, or
tremendous
Michelle,
rosters
rather,
back then, and
Otanya.
I loved as a kid getting on the BART train, the Bay Area Rapid Transit.
Sweeney,
pulling up
line
right
drive
there
right
the
to
stadium and then going
his
in
fellow
and watching
shortstop,
Paul's
Jacob
in,
Wilson.
and there's one away.
He put a really good swing on that pitch and hit the ball hard. You know, line drives don't always find
Kinstry with a
hole, but the
triple
more
that
you can hit
drove
the
in a
ball
run
like
back
that
in the
with
fourth
good exit
inning.
velo, the better off you're going to be in the long run.
And a foul
Chased the
ball.
fastball
You
a little bit.
also had the pleasure of going over.
Dylan Smith has been
hitting
warming up
and
for a
taking
long
batting
time.
practice at a
He's
big
got
leaguer's
stamina,
house.
though,
Who was
doesn't
that?
he?
Yeah,
The 76
Willie McGee,
stamina,
one of the
so
greatest of all time,
whatever.
in my
He'll be good to
opinion.
go
Yeah, his folks
for
live
the
right
Minnesota
down the street
series
from me,
if he
and
needs
that's where
to
his
be.
batting cage was. I used to look out of my backyard down the hill and just dream
If
of
this
one day
scoreline
maybe being able
was
to go over and
reversed,
hit
I
with
would
them.
consider putting
And that dream
Baez out
became a
there.
reality when I was drafted by the San Francisco Giants.
They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away.
2-1 on Zach.
Swing and a miss. 2-2.
2-2.
Might be setting a record for good timing whiffs today.
Swings and
Damn!
misses. Struck him out.
That one a much better pitch, but again, felt like we were on that.
Two outs, base is empty. Now
We were.
is Jemai Jones.
Zach just couldn't get contact on either of those last two, despite the good timing.
Through that one, 0-1.
Talk about good timing. That was
Up big
not
in
it.
this one. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Fought off foul.
I don't think she has, though.
2 down, nobody on. And one
Carpenter got
two.
one hit in this game. That was all the way back early on.
And that's not something that's come
And
easy for
since
the
then, a
staff in
double
this one.
play and a at least one strikeout, I think.
And that
It's
one
hard
is
hit
lifted
by
in the
Jemai
air.
Jones,
Butler
right center
sizing
field.
this
Lawrence
one up.
Butler goes back to get it.
He's there. He's got it.
And we
And
shall
that's the
see
third out.
if Dylan Smith is going to be able to
Nothing doing
finish
for
off the
offense
A's.
that time. Through
Or
eight
if this is one of
full.
those
It's the
games where
Tigers
we
11 and the
lead
A's
by a
3.
lot and then flirt with disaster the rest of the way.
Now pitching for the
Dylan Smith
Tigers.
comes on now.
Now, Dylan Smith also has an MLB debut patch on his sleeve, so that's a little buggy. Given that we can see season stats for him, that's a little strange.
Now here's Gio Urshela. 0 for 3 with 3.
Is that on
ground
everybody's
outs.
jersey?
And that drops in
Change up
for a
in for
strike.
Dylan
No
Smith.
need to offer at that pitch until you get
nice
to 2
pitch.
strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Screw road to the show. I think we're going to go play some Madden.
Lifted in the air.
Sky high right
field.
center
Perez.
for Wenzel.
And out number 1 on the grab.
Well, this will feel good.
Zach Gallo.
Especially because entering this finale, we didn't know what to expect.
Outside low.
Certainly
And that's ball 1.
unknown on the mound. We didn't know what not the real Dietrich Enns was going to do. But he pitched fairly well.
that
And
one
definitely pitched well once he
Cutting,
got
crossing
into some
down low.
situations. Ground ball to
right
Glaber.
side. Torres
For one,
fires over
Zach
first.
Geloff is not on
And
base.
they're down to their last
The
out.
right fielder, number 4, Lauren.
So we went from the last week of April,
Stepping in, Lawrence
all
Butler.
through May, and into mid-June before we got another sweep. And now we're going to sweep back-to-back weekday series.
In for a strike. The A's
Last week
with
against
a
the
lot of ground
Pirates.
to make up here at the top of the ninth. Hit hard,
here
but
today.
foul off to the left.
Against the, well, Oakland, Sacramento, Las Vegas A's, as we called them earlier.
Sends
To
it
center.
And that's going to do it.
Carrying ever so slightly for Wenzel Perez.
And that'll do
And that
it.
does it.
The Tigers slugged their way to a win in this one.
And especially after how poorly we were at the plate in Game 1, timing-wise, pitch selection was just really, really bad in that game. And then to score a combined 27 runs in the following two, pretty damn good. Dietrich Enns does earn the win. Jeffrey Springs to 6-6. Tigers finish off a sweep, and we get to see the Minnesota Twins for the first time in a while coming up this weekend.